Videos are going to have to come to an end soon. One of the final steps. Goodness knows when this car last had its clean. Quick before of the fuel cap. Boom. Bit of clay bar, hand polish and all of that mess. They are covered in dog hair. Mega impressed, if that's even a word. Good morning guys, and what is going on? You join me on a sunny Friday morning. We've had the whole week off work doing car bits and bobs, and today, you guessed it, the Proton is in shop because we're doing yet another Project Proton video. But unfortunately these videos are going to have to come to an end soon because the car is oh so nearly ready, and this is kind of one of the final steps to getting the car ready. So let me tell you what we're going to be doing in this video. So as you saw in the previous Project Proton video, my brother came round and he's done the cam belt, he's done the other belts in front of the cam belts, I'm going to say. He also done the brake pads, which was an MOT advisory, and we did like a coolant flush. I actually need to check the levels on that because I have taken the car out since it's had all its work done by my brother. But you are going to see a driving video of me in the car once this step's basically done out of the way today. So today you're going to be joining myself and my other half Martin, who is actually a valeter by trade. He worked for a main dealership, who also likes cleaning, not just cars but around the house. That is like good for me. But today he's going to take on the challenge of cleaning this Proton up because goodness knows when this car last had its clean. But obviously it's been sat around in my ownership for a few months. It's been sat Citroen in between getting its work done by Brendan for the MOT work. It's been sat there. It's also been sat at home here on the driveway, and although the car's really safe now for me to go out and enjoy it on the road, I don't want to be driving it around too much. Excuses, I know, but I don't want to be driving around in the car too much because it is proper dirty. Well, it is dirty. I don't know about proper dirty. I want to get the car all nice and clean so I don't feel so embarrassed to drive it around now that I can, basically. So in today's video then, as I just said, the Proton will be getting a clean by my other half Martin. And don't come at us in the comments saying you're not using 5 buckets and 10 grit guards and top quality wash mitts and products. We're not snow foaming the car. I know that this car and I, the owner, will just appreciate the car looking clean, and I don't care how that's done really. I just want it looking clean. In saying that, Martin is, as I say, a bit of an obsessive when it comes to cleaning, which is good for this car. So it will come up nice and clean. So it's just going to get a basic wash. I think we'll tackle the engine bay another day, and I also need to obviously get to a bit of the bodywork done as well before the car's completely ready. So we're nearly ready for the car to say it's finally finished, but not quite there. Today we're just going to be filming the car getting its first clean in my ownership, basically. So let's get to it. So the inside, the boot area, Martin made a start with. So he got the jet wash all around the inside of the boot opening and all around the inner boot itself, and then he made his way onto jet washing out the door shuts because obviously they're grubby and you can see how dirty they are when getting in and out of the car. And then here is a before, so you can see the dirt Martin is trying to aim at here with the jet wash, and then just going around the sort of door frame itself and the actual inner door, again just to get off any of that loose dirt. And then Martin put some TFR just to kind of work into the dirt itself, and then Martin then obviously went around jet washing all that TFR off around the boot area again, around the doors. Starting with the roof area then, it was time to jet wash the actual outside of the car all down, starting from the roof and working down to the sides and through to the inner arches. Obviously it has just had a rust repair in one of them, and around to the rear because that was pretty grubby too. Quick before of the fuel cap area, this was Martin's idea to give this a clean. And standing well clear, first of all Martin jet washed the area, then he went in with some TFR, agitated that in, and then jet washed all the gunk out. And just take a look at this after shot. Boom, there we go, that is just like brand new. You can even see the sticker clearly on the door. The bonnet was particularly dirty, probably being a flat surface, but there was some grounded in dirt into the bonnet area, so Martin got a little bit closer with the jet wash here, and you can kind of see here some of the dirt coming off the car. A before of one of the wheels in, they weren't the grubbiest, but obviously they did need a good clean. So first of all Martin went in with the jet wash, then he went in with two different generic wheel cleaners, so spray them on liberally as you can see, and there's the product on the wheel itself. Then Martin went in with a couple of different brushes to obviously agitate that dirt, and then obviously jet washed it all off. TFR time then, traffic film remover. Martin went around and sprayed the car liberally in it. There's a little close up around the cheeky little badge on the back of the car. Martin is then washing in the TFR to help aggravate any stubborn dirt and to loosen the dirt, because it's always good sometimes to kind of rub the TFR in. So that's what Martin is doing here with his bucket of soapy water. And you guessed it, another go of the jet wash. And whilst the car was still wet, aka lubricating itself, Martin went over with a bit of clay bar to get the paintwork nice and smooth. And after doing a bit of the clay bar, Martin went around with a generic chamois just to dry the car off. And importantly, making sure to dry off the recently cleaned door shuts, boot shut areas. Of course, an after of the door shut area, much cleaner. So I do have a machine polisher, but what with my current injuries, Martin thought the car would definitely benefit from a polish. So here he is hand polishing the car with just some generic auto glim polish, and of course that needs buffing off, so here's Martin doing just that. Now remember guys, the bonnet was particularly bad before any cleaning process had occurred. So this is the bonnet before being cleaned and obviously before being polished. And with a wash, a bit of clay bar action, and that all important polish, look at that bonnet now. Now for a hand polish, that has turned out really good. Time to carry on and polish the rest of the car, doing a panel at the time, so working the polish in, then obviously buffing it off. To here's Martin doing the passenger side area, and as you can see from the after, from a simple hand polish, again a bit of elbow grease as I say, that area has come up really nice and clean, and it just looks clean, and oh yeah, look at that. There were a couple more stubborn marks like this mark here, probably grease or oil by the mechanic when it had its MOT repair work. So here Martin is using more of a grittier polish to proper eat into those more stubborn marks, and again with a bit of hand polishing action, a bit of elbow grease, the marks came off good as new. Interior now, Martin has decided to start the interior by cleaning the inside of the glass. I don't think this had been done in quite a while. So I thought I'd start hoovering the boot area. So here I am hoovering up the parcel shelf. As you can see, there's quite a bit of loose kind of debris there. So I was just getting the parcel shelf all nice and clean. Spare wheel area needed a deep clean. So here's Martin taking out the spare wheel and tyre and revealing all of that mess. Beautiful. So I had to start off with the hoover, and as you can see in this area there's a lot of grit, sand, kind of gravelly kind of stuff, so this made me start to think that maybe this car was used as someone's work vehicle, with the seats folded down and lumping materials around perhaps. My after of the hoovering, but as you can still see the area, the metal work itself is still dirty. And then with some G101 all-purpose cleaner, which is highly recommended, I sprayed it liberally all around the metal area itself. And with a brush to hand, that helped me really agitate the G101 to eat into that dirt. And also a microfiber cloth to dry up and wipe away the dirt that I've just agitated with the brush with the G101. Then it finally hit me that removing the parcel shelf was a good idea to get better access, so that whacked out and then I continued cleaning the spare wheel area. A before on one of the area of plastics in the boot, and after that side was particularly grubby. And is showing off my spare wheel well with pride. That blue shining through, all the loose dirt's been brushed off, wiped off, it's all nice and clean. Back with Martin now, and he began the inside of the car by hoovering the rear footwells, and there it is coming up nicely already. A before of the rear seats then, before Martin goes in and agitates all this annoying dog hair that's all over one of them, and obviously gives it a good hoover. Hoovering the rear seats now, and unfortunately they are covered in dog hair, especially this particular seat. I guess the dog used to sit in this exact seat, as the other rear one wasn't so bad, and the bum area was particularly grubby on this side as well. And you can basically see there 50-50, the side Martin's done and the side Martin hasn't done with the dog hair. And after then, this was the particular seat in which I guess the dog sat in, because it was full of dog hair. And just look at those rear seats now. Didn't film the cleaning process up front, but as you can see, here are the befores. The driver's area is dirty, especially the carpets. Horrible mats in there. And this is the after of all the plastics have been cleaned, gear knobs, steering wheel. Put a different set of mats in there. Looking really, really smart now. So guys, I think it's time for some much needed before and afters. Let's get to it. Now here, the before and after shots should be self-explanatory. Let the shots do the talking, shall I say. So this blue paintwork, it's not metallic, it's just a flat, vibrant blue colour, and from the clean, and especially from Martin's hand polish, the car is really popping. It just looks so vibrant, so crisp in some of these after shots. And obviously the car has been sat around in my ownership because I bought the car without an MOT. It's been sat on my driveway in between work being done. It's been sat at the MOT garage in between the MOT work being done. And any car sitting around and not being used, it's bound to get dirty. As you saw earlier, the bonnet was particularly dirty, and this was obviously the before shot of the bonnet with some grounded in dirt there for Martin to tackle, and he tackled it. And obviously with the polish, that bonnet has come up really amazingly. Just some nice close up, nice clean mirror here, and a nice clean, well polished roof. So there we have it then, guys. I'm sorry this video's just been a load of clips with my voiceover, but I don't want to do all that copyright-free music, and I don't want to add in any musics. I'm not as OCD about cleaning cars anymore. My other half, Martin, who's done 90% of his car, definitely isn't. I just wanted to give this car as good as clean as we can with the stuff that we had accessible to us, the products and brushes and stuff. And as I say, without us going into like machine polishing or anything like that, the car has come up really well, and that's all I can ask for at the moment. So just to go through what Martin did, he just did a basic jet wash to get rid of any loose dirt and grime around the door shuts, boot shuts. We're leaving the engine for another day because we need to be a bit careful with engines. And then Martin's then gone around, put some TFR on the car, washed all that in with some shampoo, rinsed off the car. While the car was still wet, Martin did a clay bar over the car so it's all nice and smooth to the touch. Martin then went along and just hand polished it. Again, I have got a machine polisher, but got a long-term injury, so trying to do as little as possible. And just by a hand polish, the paint's come up really, really well. A few marks have come off with Martin's elbow grease and some polish. Martin's cleaned the glass. On the interior, I took out all the spare wheel, because in the wheel well, there was quite a lot of like old concrete, sand. Maybe this was used as someone's work vehicle, run around. Obviously, I don't know, so I gave that a good clean myself. And then we both did a bit of go on the interior. So one of the back seats was full of dog fur. Again, could have been someone's work vehicle, run around car, I guess. And that's come off quite nicely. Also, that said rear seat where the dog looks like it's sat is a bit more grubby than the other one, but we can go over that with some interior cleaner another day. Roof lining's perfectly fine. Martin's hoovered all the footwells and they've come up well. We put some different mats in because the other mats were horrible. And Martin's obviously had a go at agitating the dirt on the wheels with various different wheel cleaners and brushes. And obviously Martin's finished the tyres off, the new tyres should I say, with some nice glossy tyre shine. I am mega impressed, guys. Mega impressed, if that's even a word. So as you know, as per the previous upload, the car is really safe to drive now because the cam belt's been done and the brake pads have been done and some other engine bits, as you would have seen in the previous video hopefully. So I am starting to drive this car around. Upon driving it around a bit more, we did actually find a bit of an issue. not a major issue, but I will explain. I actually ended up taking it to a garage today just to get that sorted. So a little niggly issue that has come up since driving this car, since it's been able to go back on the road, shall I say. So we have fixed something today. Obviously that's cost me more money, and then I had to buy something else for this car which cost me more money. So I spent quite a bit of money today, and I bought an expensive Abarth modification for my other car that I own, the Abarth. As I say, please don't criticise me and Martin too much in the comments below. We weren't using 5 buckets, 5 grit guard, snow foam. It was just a basic clean. I say quick clean, it's taken us all day. I say us, 90% Martin, admittedly, but I think with the effort we've put in, and as I say, not going over the top with machine polishers or expensive products, she's come up very, very well. And what I will do now, the car is finally clean, maybe in a future video, not to come shortly, I will do a proper like review video, walk around video of the car, because now it's clean, it's looking really good, the paintwork's really good, but obviously there are some paintwork touches up that I need to do. So that's it for this video, just a kind of before and after of cleaning the car. To come, I'm going to take you guys for a drive in it with me. I'm going to talk about a niggly issue that I had to get fixed at a garage. We need to touch up some body work, and Martin's going to do some bits of the car in a minute actually, which I will put into this video. A completely standard exhaust on this car, but nevertheless Martin decided to clean it up. And look at this, it looks like a stainless steel back box. That's the after, and that is the before. How grubby it was. Completely standard exhaust, but Martin has really made a difference, and the exhaust system looks brand new. He's done a really good job here. A small thing, but the wiper arms, you can see the metal showing, and it really let the front of the car down, and what with its clean bonnet, they needed to be sorted, and that's just what Martin did. And it was just as easy as going over the wiper arms with a black spray can. Not the tidiest job, but it's done, looks much better. So still a few more videos to come on this car. It's like 95% done, just need to touch up bodywork, and like I say, she's clean now, so I can actually drive her now. She doesn't look all horrible and dirty, so she's safe to drive, and she looks nice and clean when I'm out and hitting the streets in the little Proton. So if you enjoyed this video, then comment in the comments below please, and I'll see you in another video. More Project Proton videos to come, of course. Thanks for watching this one. And a massive thanks to Martin, my other half, for doing most of the clean on this car. So let's go in the comments and thank another person, aka Martin.